Hi, welcome back to my channel. Quick recap. Today, I am going to explain Connect a Drama. That is a thriller Korean series. Watch out and take care. Dong-Soo is a handsome man who have strange ability. One night, when Dong-Soo was walking on the streets and singing a song he wrote, some bad people who steal body parts kidnapped him and took him away. After being kidnapped, Dong-Soo is cut into pieces by organ traffickers. Despite being close to death, he can see everything that is happening to him. Eventually, the surgeon takes out his eyes and places them on a tray. Although his eyes have been removed, they appear to be able to see. The doctor who was dissecting Dong-Soo got a phone call and had to leave the room. During his absence, Dong-Soo's wounds started to heal with tentacle-like things coming out of them. When the surgeon returned, he was surprised to see Dong-Soo coming back to life and standing up. The surgeon is scared when he sees that Dong-Soo's wounds are healing by themselves. He grabs one of his eye and put near his empty eye socket and fix it in its place. Dong-Soo tries to get his other eye back, but the surgeon calls for help. He jumped out of the window and got away. After escaping from the organ traffickers, several months pass and a strange event takes place in the city. One morning, a beautiful sculpture of a woman suddenly appears, catching the attention of many people. People were taking pictures of a beautiful sculpture of a woman when blood started dripping from it. The revelation is startling as it exposes that the sculpture is not composed of clay, but rather it is a real person who has been shaped to resemble a statue. The police, led by Chief Inspector Jang Won, arrived and took the body away. After the incident with the sculpture, the police couldn't find any clues except for a strange mark like word P and L on the body. The story then shifts to Dong-Soo, who is now living a quiet life in the city. He wears an eye patch to cover his missing eye and seems disturbed by what happened. While practicing his songs at night, Dong-Soo feels a sharp pain in his eye and experiences a vision. In the vision, he sees someone looking at a picture of zodiac signs on a computer screen and notices the PL symbol carved on the dead girl from earlier. The vision is from a first-person perspective. Dong-Soo, who now has one eye, experiences a vision and sees through the eye that was transplanted to someone else. The next day, he sees some people harassing his old boss at the junkyard where he works. He tries to stop them, but they beat him up. One of the bad people tries to stab Dong-Soo with a knife, but Dong-Soo doesn't move and his ear gets cut off. The bad people get scared and run away. Dong-Soo uses the ability to reattach his ear to his body after it was detached while thugs were gone. Organ traffickers are searching for him because of his mysterious ability to heal, which could be worth above millions. The chief inspector, Jang, notices near the crime scenes and becomes suspicious of him. Dong-Soo is feeling anxious, so he decides to distract himself by playing his guitar and singing his song. However, it has been a while since he last played it, so he can't remember the chords. He decides to check his anonymous YouTube channel, where he had previously uploaded the song, and plays it in slow motion to help him remember the chords. Meanwhile, the person from Dong-Soo's vision plays the same song, causing both Dong-Soo and the guy to feel pain in their eyes. Tired of the strange happenings, Dong-Soo tries to find his missing eye by going to the place where he was abducted. Regrettably, upon his arrival at the location, he is immediately identified by one of the organ smugglers, who then summons for additional support. The story continues as Dong-Soo runs away from the organ traffickers and meets a girl named Lisa who tests his healing ability by slicing his leg. Dong-Soo quickly heals and escapes. Later, we see the man from Dong-Soo's vision looking through his sketchbook. The sketches that Dong-Soo saw are of the murdered people who were turned into statues, and they prove that the person who has Dong-Soo's other eye is the killer. In the next scene, we meet a woman named Lee Rang who is on her way to work on a bus. She listens to the popular song High Hanging Metals on YouTube to pass the time. When she arrives at her workplace, she sees a crowd gathered around a human statue which turns out to be the latest murder in the city. Later, Lee is with her crush and team leader, Jin-Seob, who is quiet and arrogant. Lee hums a song, which causes Jin-Seob to feel a sharp pain in his eye. Dong-Soo also feels the same pain, and he starts seeing through the murderer's eye. He sees Lee and her workplace from the murderer's perspective. At night, Dong-Soo has another vision where he sees Jin-Seop's sketchbook more clearly. He notices the words corpse art and decides to search for it on Google. Dong-Soo discovers pictures of the recent murders. This confirms that Jin-Seop is the murderer, and both of Dong-Soo's eyes respond to his song and reconnect telepathically. He quickly goes to the location he saw in his visions and spots Lee, whom he recognizes. Dong-Soo talks to Lee to ask about the man she was with, but she thinks he's strange and leaves. Dong-Soo is now left without any leads because he doesn't know what the murderer looks like. To find more clues, he decides to continue investigating. Dong-Soo goes to a person who specializes in horoscopes and asks about the PL symbol he saw. The specialist tells him that PL refers to the planet Pluto, which is often associated with bad luck. Dong-Soo then asks if there is any connection between the dates of the recent murders. Dong-Soo visits a horoscope specialist to find out about the PL sign and the connection between the recent murder cases. The specialist tells him that they are connected and that the next similar date is tomorrow, December 25th. Dong-Soo becomes alarmed and realizes that the next murder will happen tomorrow. He wants to stop it but doesn't know where to start. Meanwhile, Lee goes to Jin-Seop's house and has sex with him, unaware that he is the murderer. After Lee has sex with Jin-Seop, he goes to take a shower while she looks around his house. Lee finds his sketchbook and starts looking through it. She's shocked to see drawings of the recent murder victims and realizes that Jin-Seop, her crush, is the killer. The next day, on December 25th, a murdered person who has been turned into a statue is found in an empty field. Many people, including the organ traffickers and Inspector Jang, come to the scene. Dong-Soo is also there, but he is chased by both groups. The organ traffickers catch up to him, but just in time, Lisa, the mysterious girl from before, appears and knocks them out. Lisa, a novelist, introduces herself to Dong-Soo and tells him that she is currently writing an article about connects, supernatural humans who have the ability to regenerate their body parts, making them immortal. She takes Dong-Soo to a safe place. Before leaving, Dong-Soo and Lisa exchange contact information and agree to meet again. Meanwhile, Lee approaches a colleague and tells them about the gruesome sketches she found in Jin-Seop's sketchbook, feeling frightened and alarmed. Later, Lee talks to Jin-Seop in private on the rooftop and confronts him about being a murderer. She tells him that she saw all his sketches and plans for doing bad things. While Lee's colleague is keeping an eye on them from a corner, he gets a phone call, which exposes his presence. Jin-Seop knocks out Lee and chases after the colleague. He was going to push him off the building, but at that moment, Lee's phone rang, playing a loud tune with high-hanging metal's ringtone. This hurts Jin-Seop. Meanwhile, Dong-Soo has a vision of the rooftop. Dong-Soo sees Jin-Seop killing Lee and her colleague on the rooftop. But before reach Dong-Soo, Jin-Seop throws the colleague off the edge of the building and kills Lee too. During the whole time, the song continues to play while Dong-Soo, who is very scared, watches everything that happens as a witness. Dong-Soo rushes to the building despite security checkpoints and goes to the roof. He notices the murderer's coat as the only clue. However, when he reaches the roof, he finds Lee's dead body but no one else. There are now cops and people panicking all over the building due to the two murders. Even so, Dong-Soo takes a big risk and chooses to search for the murderer who has his eye. He goes down to the department where Jin-Seop works and starts searching. Luckily, he sees a man wearing the same coat as the murderer and chases him. He finds the man in a washroom and locks him in a toilet stall. But, just as he is about to see the man's face, some security guards arrive and take the man away. The police watched what he did on camera and think he might be the murderer. Dong-Soo tries to tell them that the real killer is still in the washroom, but nobody believes him. Luckily, the writer Lisa again helps him escape. The killer, Jin-Seop, is shocked that someone saw him committing the murders. He thinks about it for hours but can't figure it out. When he listens to the same song and feels a sudden ache in his eyes, he understands that his transplanted eye is the root of the problem. Someone who has the other eye can see everything Jin-Seop sees and feels. Meanwhile, Dong-Soo takes Lisa home and tells her everything from the beginning. He talks about how he fell from a tree when he was a child and broke his bones, but they healed itself almost instantly. His friends called him a monster and his family even avoided him because of it. Dong-Soo tells Lisa about the night he was kidnapped by people who wanted to take his organs. They cut him open and took his eyes out. However, because of his powers, he healed quickly and woke up. He managed to put one of his eyes back and escape before the kidnappers found him. Now, he can see things from the perspective of the person who has his other eye. The person who has Dong-Soo's other eye is actually the most wanted murderer in the city. Dong-Soo saw some sketches and plans in his visions that confirmed it. However, the main problem is that he hasn't seen the murderer's face yet. Lisa is shocked by all this, but she agrees to help him. She gives him sunglasses to wear so that he can avoid being recognized since his eye patch is easily noticeable. At night, Dong-Soo and Lisa go to a department store to get some things they need. Dong-Soo sees a poster with his wanted picture on it and gets scared. He runs outside, but his eye starts hurting, and then he has a vision of the killer watching his YouTube video. Dong-Soo realizes that he only gets visions when the killer listens to his song called High Hanging Metals. Later that night, while he's trying to figure out what to do, he has another vision. This time, he sees a sketch of himself being drawn by the murderer. It seems like Jin-Seob is trying to tell Dong-Soo to stay away from his business. While drawing the sketch of Dong-Soo, Jin-Seob accidentally reveals his next targets, 3 schoolgirls. Dong-Soo is shocked and decides to find the killer before he can harm anyone. Even though the whole city is searching for him, Dong-Soo doesn't care and is determined to stop the killer. Dong-Soo is searching for clues when he comes across a street musician who is playing a cover of his song. He momentarily forgets his worries and enjoys the beauty of the music he created. However, his happy moment is cut short when he has another vision. In the vision, he sees himself in pain and twitching. Dong-Soo realizes that the killer is nearby and watching him. When Dong-Soo comes to his senses and looks around, he sees a shadowy figure in a nearby car observing him and screams before chasing after the person. However, Inspector Jang and his colleagues arrive and arrest Dong-Soo. The show concludes with a very upset Dong-Soo getting taken to the police station. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed our video.